Hi, my name is Margie O'Driscoll, and I'm the competition advisor for the Architecture at Zero competition. The Architecture at Zero competition is sponsored by three California utility companies, Southern California Electric, Pacific Gas and Electric, and SoCal Gas. Those three organizations, in conjunction with AIA California, sponsor a very unique competition that looks at decarbonization, equity, and resilience. This competition is open to students and professionals and offers $25,000 in prize money to the winning entries. This year's competition site is a real site, which is part of the Los Angeles Unified School District in a community called East Los Angeles. The competition is for a real site, but it is an ideas competition. So what we have offered to all of you who would like to enter the competition are all the real life constraints of working on a design for a potential client. So today I am so incredibly delighted to get to work with Christos Chrysiliou, who is the Chief Eco-Sustainability Officer for Los Angeles Unified School District. He is an amazing man, and we're so lucky to have him here to tell us just a little bit about the Los Angeles Unified School District, their bigger goals, and how this competition might fit into the overarching priorities for Los Angeles Unified School District, also known as LAUSD. So Christos, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Margie. Pleasure to be here with you today, and thank you for the cause, for what you're trying to accomplish by putting this contest together. I think it's pretty amazing. You're doing some amazing work, and I'm glad to be here and be of service. So thank you for having me.
Great. Tell me a little bit about LA Unified School District, about how many students do you have, how many sites, and what are your larger sustainability goals for the school district?
Yeah, so we are the second largest school district in the nation. We have over 500,000 students attending our schools. And while we have 500,000 students, and we have been fluctuating in terms of enrollment, at the same time, we own over 90 million square feet of building area. And we have probably the biggest real estate in terms of how many acres we occupy. We have approximately about 6,400 acres of land, which is approximately equivalent to 10 square miles of area that we own. So by sharing this data, I think what's important is that the impact that we can have. So we can look at the actual size of real estate for LA Unified within close to 1,400 schools and centers throughout those 6,500 acres that we own. It's a huge impact on our students and community. That's why a lot of the goals and objectives that we set up is how they can best support us and support our students to develop healthy, sustainable learning environments. When someone asks me what is your ultimate goal, it is to provide the best facilities, the best outdoor environments for our students so they can be able to learn, play, and be able to focus on their goals and objectives to achieve higher education as they move out of our schools. So we're focused, and sustainability has been around for LA Unified for almost 15 years now. And I had the privilege to be able to managing and organizing a lot of the programs and putting the programs together. And for the last 4 or 5 years, we had some amazing recent initiatives that came to play, some resolutions that passed through our Board of Education. And I have to say, we have a very supportive education towards developing sustainable practices and environments on our schools. So we developed some initiatives which our goals align with those initiatives. For example, our goal, one of the goals that passed in 2019, one of the resolutions that passed, it was to develop clean electricity by 2030 and clean energy by 2040. So this goal actually enabled us to start thinking how we can transition our school district to become the most sustainable school district in the nation by developing equitable and healthier learning environments on our schools, thinking about all of our facilities, but also all the real estate that we own and how we can transition it to a healthier environment. 2 other resolutions that passed in 2022 was actually the climate literacy resolution. that help again address the climate crisis. And that resolution was mostly to help bring a lot of the other resolutions that passed in the past together, but also to be able to provide climate literacy programs on all of our schools, being able to share with our students more about the climate and the climate crisis that we have, but to also provide education in terms of developing future green jobs. And I think this is very aligned to the context that you have of how we can be able to engage our students in climate literacy, and then help advance some of the even projects and programs that we have within our school district. And another resolution that passed right after that, it was the Green Schools for All resolution. The Green Schools for All resolution, it was to provide a minimum standard of 30% green space on all of our campuses. Now, these are just three major resolutions that I'm focused on, but I think it's very noteworthy to share that this office, the Eco-Sustainability Office, was developed to work across all divisions and departments of LA Unified, being such a large organization, to have a certain place that we focus on sustainability with the plan to elevate and accelerate sustainability with the Los Angeles Unified School District.
So Los Angeles is a more temperate climate than many other places within the world. And one of the things that we were most intrigued about when we were beginning our conversations about a potential site with Los Angeles Unified was the opportunity to integrate living gardens within the context of the competition. Can you speak specifically to what goals you have within the Living Gardens program and why that's important to Los Angeles Unified School District?
Absolutely. Living gardens are extremely important to us. And this is why the board passed this resolution to provide 30% green space to all of our campuses by 2030, and to prioritize initially the early educational centers with primary centers and elementary schools as we develop a prioritization methodology to help provide more play space to our students, to provide shade within our playgrounds, knowing the extreme heat that we're going to be facing in the future, and to also provide a lot of educational awareness programs. Now, when we do research about and we look at the campus ecology overall and greening, we know how important this to our schools. And it's important because this is where our students spend a lot of time to learn and play. So it does create a lot of creative play activities where our students can really spend time to explore, discover, use their imagination, spaces where they can relax. So when we looked at this, we looked at several aspects. We looked at the creative play as one. We look at art, how they can really use their imagination to really express themselves and develop their own self-identity. We looked at the health and physical well-being by understanding how from them it can help them to better understand about different types of vegetables, different types of fruits that are out there, and be able to understand the importance that plays on themselves as well. But we're also seeing a lot of social, emotional well-beings, right? I mean, when you're out, our students went out to those places, they really become different people from what they're in the classroom. They're transformed. They play with each other. They learn more about water stewardship and resources. They understand better about different types of habitats, and they understand about sharing practices while they play. So we develop different types of gardens that help them out. And if you are able to go on our website at lausd.org/ESO for Eco-Sustainability Office, you can actually go under campus ecology and see a lot of the different types of gardens that we have developed. Now, we find it extremely important. To me, what's even more important, Margie, and something that I'm seeing and I'm going to touch on, is that outdoor environments provide a lot of education to our students. You know, if you look at and if you are able to study biomimicry and better understand how a lot of these plants emulate a lot of the strategies that we're trying to teach our students. And I think from, as architects, we look at structures, you know, and some others some other in terms of creative solutions. They look at how to develop different examples or different. They come up with different ideas of how they can solve different things. Well, nature has done all this for us. A lot of the things that we're seeing today, and they were developed through innovation, is by nature. So by having students outside, seeing and understanding the plants and see the beauty of that environment, they can learn about water collection activities. They can learn how, they can be able to see live how photosynthesis happens within a space. They can see tree structure and how our trees, they're able to grow. They can see beautiful designs within them. They can better understand about even the root systems and how they're able to support themselves, right? And there's a lot of innovations that come up with that as a proven emulation of actual physical environment. So I think it's important to have our kids to see live and experience of how through time our natural world has been developed.
That's so beautiful. And I love the opportunity to have students with different learning styles actually be able to implement them. Sometimes they can do that within the physical indoor classroom, but oftentimes outside as well. So that's a really wonderful way to enhance learning opportunities for students. One of the things that has happened in the state of California, which may be different in other communities, is that schools can serve as community hubs and community resource centers for things like resilience. And I wonder if you could talk a little bit about how Los Angeles Unified School District thinks particularly about having school sites serve community needs in terms of resilience.
Absolutely. And our schools has been a center in terms of if there's any impacts, they will be used for students and communities to come actually and find a place of shelter when it's needed to, when we have these national emergencies or state emergencies. So our schools can be accessed through civic center agreements, and we have a lot of community events that you go through a process, you request, and you can be able to access those spaces. But more recently, we have been working with the LA with Recreation and Parks, and through this process, we're identifying specific locations that we share interest to become community school parks, community centers, so our community can come and use our green spaces. And we have a few of them that are going through the process right now. And it's exciting to see this collaboration between us and the city of LA, the Department of Recs and Parks. And I think there's going to be more to come as we collaborate through this process. So I see a lot of innovation ideas that we can partner to develop more spaces for our community moving forward.
Are any schools within Los Angeles Unified School District, do they serve as community cooling centers, or in some way supporting communities where of course in the summertime in Los Angeles the temperatures can really be high. Not everyone has air conditioning. Is it possible that schools can serve that purpose either in the future, or are they now?
It is possible, and I've seen our schools in the past when we had emergencies that and that's a decision that comes from obviously from our superintendent and our Board of Education. And that's where at that time, that's been will be considered, and certainly in many aspects when there's a need, so as making those decisions to be able to open them up to help support some of those events. But certainly, Margie, going back to even for us providing green spaces and shader areas in our school, that's our school. That's our goal, that we're trying to plant even more trees, more play spaces within our sites. There's a way of how we look at that, so they can become those centers outdoor, but also indoor as well if needed.
That's so amazing. Thank you so much for giving not just me, but everyone in our online community some insights into how LA Unified School District is actually shaping policy, not just for people in Los Angeles, but hopefully for people all over the world, in terms of how we relate to and think about integrating schools into the broader opportunities of community life. So I think LA Unified is really on the front cutting edge of this way of thinking, and we're so pleased to have the Architecture at Zero competition be able to work with you this year. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, the only thing I would like to add, more than anything else, I thank you for the work that you do, because once we engage our students in this process, I think it enables us to see creative solutions. A lot of our students really come up with some amazing solutions, and it's nice when they collaborate, and we're there to help support them to come with innovative ideas that eventually become concept ideas and solutions to help fight the climate crisis that we have. The climate crisis that we're faced is not someone's individual solution. For all of us coming together, and I appreciate the opportunity to have me here with you today. And again, I want to thank you for the work that you do, Margie. It's amazing, and I would love to see more participation from everyone, and I would love to see some creative ideas and solutions. So thank you for having me.
Well, I couldn't have said it better myself, Christos. I wish I had scripted you. Thank you. Thank you for your time this morning. Thank you to our online community. I'd like to remind potential entrants to the Architecture at Zero competition that the deadline is December 16. We're hoping that students at both at the middle school level all the way up to the university level will enter this competition. The competition website is incredibly robust. All the tools that you need to complete an entry are on the website. So you can take this on as an individual, you can take this on as a class, you can take this on as a professional studio, because the competition is open to anyone, anywhere to submit your best ideas, which we hope will advance all these amazing goals of the Los Angeles Unified School District. So come be a part of this amazing effort. I'd like to finally thank not only Christos, but our sponsors, SCE, PG&E, and SoCal Gas, as well as AI California for their support of this initiative. Please enter this competition. It's going to be life-changing, potentially for you, but certainly for the students and faculty at LA Unified School District. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.